And before that, like I would like to understand, do you know anything or like it's just completely new to you?
It's completely new to me.
Okay, so do you have any experience on data analysis or something like that?
Not really. I mean, I have like little knowledge on that. I worked on .NET environment, so not really in the reporting side. So
So you must be having experience in SQL and all.
yes, yes, I have experience on SQL.
Yeah, okay, that is beneficial. Okay, so in this, like, what we'll be doing, we'll be creating reports here. So
Okay.
basically, like, let's talk about Spotfire. But basically,
Mm-hmm.
like, in reporting, what happens, like, initially we used to have just few, like, 100 records, 1,000 records. But nowadays, like, every business has generating millions of records, thousands of records, okay? And you have to
Okay.
analyze that to understand that how the business is working. Okay, this is the main thing,
Mm-hmm.
like why we are working here, be it Spotify or any technology, to understand that how business is performing and to help the business to make the right decisions much faster than before. Okay, so
Okay.
this is what like why we are working here or creating reports and dashboards to help our business users to create, to take better decisions much faster than ever. Okay, so business is
Okay.
already using some kind of reporting tools, like say Excel reports. You might have seen Excel reports. You have seen business object SSRS. If you are into .NET, like you might have seen SSRS reports.
Yes.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Cognos, business objects. Okay, all these are the reporting technologies which are being used for a long time in business industry. Okay, but business wants something like different which can help them like very quickly. But the development time in these kind of technologies is quite higher. Okay, so you business have to wait months to get a single report. But in
Okay.
these technologies, like Spotfire, you can load any amount of data from any sources, and then you can create reports very quickly. So that is the purpose here, and that is the ultimate goal to create reports very quickly. But the turnaround time should be very higher. Okay, so higher means like very short. So turnaround will be very short. So you don't have to depend on like your IT team like to work on like for months and then deliver a report. So within weeks or within few hours also you can deliver a report. Okay, so
Okay.
that is the USP or you can that benefits what we're going to get from Spotfire. So Spotfire, as you know, it's a product from TIPCO. So initially, Spotfire was a like individual company in Massachusetts, USA, and way back in 2007, TIPCO acquired this. And you know, TIPCO is a middleware technology company, so there are a lot of products TIPCO business works like AMX, BPM, and MDM, master data management, and also this is a middleware technology. But and Spotify was their first analytical product. Okay, and in
Okay.
2007, TIPCO acquired this. So these are the few things what you will see that why Spotify is having the edge in the market. Okay, so self-service BI. Self-service BI means like it will help you to understand your data very quickly with the help of different kind of visualizations, the interactive visualizations, and you can play around with your data. You can just clean up your data. All that you can do it in Spotify itself. Self-service doesn't mean that it will do everything by itself. It will help you to understand it better. Big data analytics, it can connect to any kind of sources, any amount of data. So virtually there is no limitation of Spotify that it can handle that amount of data. Whatever limitations you have here, that is all your resources limitation, means your machines, your server limitation. You have a server of 500 gigs, then you can load up to data 500 gigs. If you have a server of 1000 gigs, then you can load data up to 1000 gigs. So it doesn't matter like how much data you have.
Okay.
Okay, so it can load any amount of data and it can connect to any sources like Hadoop, big data, okay, Apache Spark, MongoDB,
Okay.
anything. Okay, dashboarding. And nowadays, like everyone wants to see the dashboarding kind of stuff. Dashboarding is nothing but a storytelling way. Okay, so storytelling way, a way like by which users can understand the data easier. Let's say you will have a cover page or home page. Then you will navigate to sales analysis. Then you will see customer analysis. Then you will see like customer retention. So it's a one by one you will go through all the pages or tabs, and then it's a kind of storytelling to the user to understand that how the business is working, how the things are going on, where they are getting more profit, where their business is not working good, what are the lagging, where the like let's say profit is leaking. So leakages is a very important thing in any kind of reporting. Leakages means I'm doing some business, but where I'm spending a lot of money from where I'm not getting back money. Back money means like I'm not making any more profit, much profit. So there is some
Okay.
leakage. Let's say leakages can be in some shipping cost, some extra expenses. So I have to capture that and I have to stop it. So these are the things which
Okay.
we'll do in real-time analysis. Drill down visualizations means like you can drill down from one visualization to another visualization to see the relevant data and to like hierarchical data. It's kind of, let's say I want to see data for, let's say I have a global dashboard, then I will go to, let's say, in North America. And North America, I want to see for like Texas, or the Texas I want to see for Dallas. So like this, I can go through different visualizations, but that will be hierarchical from one global dashboard to Dallas, a city level dashboard also.
Yeah.
Data access from multiple sources. That is the USP of Spotify, that it can load data from any sources, be it flat file, Excel files, CSVs, to web services, XML, okay, JSON, to SQL Server, Oracle, Teradata, IBM DB, to MongoDB, Hadoop, Hive, Web, anything means like there's a very big list of data sources which can connect to Spotify. So it doesn't restrict you that okay you can use this one or that one. You can load any amount of, and you can load data from any source available across the globe. Okay.
Okay.
Geomapping. Geomapping is a new thing nowadays. Like everyone wants to see the information on the map charts and all. So you can have different map charts with the help of different mapping layers. We have LMS layer, WMS layers, and TMS layers. So this is web map services, tile map services, so that we can give enhanced functionality to the mapping capabilities, mapping charts.
Okay.
Mobile BI, and like nowadays it's a time of mobile, so everyone wants to see the report on their mobile devices, like especially in US or like European countries where they have iPhones and iPads all the time. You won't, like, if let's say you are going with a business meeting and you don't want to see, obviously you will not be comfortable to open your laptop, connect to your network, and then open a report. Instead, you will prefer like you can easily access your reports in your mobile device. Okay, so whether it's an iPhone or means iOS or Android, you can connect to Spotify, you can access the reports very quickly, and you can show the things or the findings to your clients very easily. Okay, that's how like
Okay.
it's kind of convenience what Spotify is giving to the end users.
Okay.
So these are the same things what I have just told. So Spotify is an analytical product from TIPCO, and it's an in-memory data analytical tool. In-memory means like it will work using the in-memory analysis. In-memory means like when you load the data, the whole data is loaded into the Spotify memory, which in turn helps you to find the things, your analysis very quickly. So what happens in memory means it uses your RAM of the machine or RAM of the server. So remember, in memory means the complete data is loaded into Spotify memory into your RAM, and then it is used. Analyze and explore data with intuitive and interactive visualizations. Quickly identify trends and patterns. So that is the ultimate goal of like doing all this like analysis, to identify trends and patterns in critical business data. How the things are going on. So this we'll see using a line chart, using bar charts, using pie charts, using heat maps, map chart. So these are things which you will be doing all the time. Provide incredible speed and flexibility. So this is one thing why Spotify is so popular, there you can create reports very quickly and easily. So it's a self-service tool for data discovery analysis. And as I told you, it can help you to access the data from any source, then analyze it, and then create dynamic reports. Spotify lets you filter your data interactively and gives you answers instantly. So with the help of filters, what will happen? Let's say you want to filter out the data for a particular state, particular city, particular area, particular sales manager, particular product. So as soon as you apply the filters, your data will filter instantly and you will see the trends, the patterns at that very moment. So it's a business discovery platform which helps us to see the data and helps the business to make decisions much faster. So here, like the platform on which we will be working is TIBCO Spotify Analyst. So the Analyst is the platform on which, or the software on which we will be creating reports and dashboards. And the platform on which end user access the reports, that is called web player. So you have to remember these terms. Earlier this was called as professional client, but nowadays it is called as, not even nowadays, like it's for a long time, it's been like we are on 7.11 version currently. Okay, and from 7.0 it was renamed as Analyst. It was Spotify Analyst. So people who are new to Spotify, they will call it Spotify Analyst. People who are working on Spotify for a few years, then they easily remember both the terms. But it's not wrong to call it professional client also. So you can call it either way. So Spotify Analyst is a platform on which we'll be creating reports and dashboards, and Spotify Web Player is a platform on which end user access the reports. And Web Player means it's a kind of Facebook. So you log into your you log into your LinkedIn account. You just use username, password, or if you have single sign-on, you just connect to that. Click on the link. Using the single sign-on, you will be redirecting to that particular link. So it's a web platform. Users don't need to install anything on their machine. The way you access Facebook, the same way you can access your reports and dashboards. But for analysts, means for developing the reports, you have to install the software on their machine, on your machine, as a developer when you will be creating reports and dashboards. And as I told you, like it can connect to wide range of data sources, Oracle, SQL Server, Teradata, SAP, Hadoop, and all. So this is like long list, like which can connect to data sources. Then you can even like share and export of existing reports. Basically, remember, Spotify is all about dynamic reports. There is nothing static involved here. Okay, you will be playing around with your data. You will load your data. You will be playing around, clean up your data. The way you do it in SQL Server, like different tables are there. You analyze the data, then create joins. Okay, you have like queries. You have calculated columns, logic, expressions, functions, and then different kind of visualizations. You have filter, dynamic properties. So everything is all about dynamic reports. Okay, but if you want, if let's say if like I'm the user and you're the developer, but I don't have access to Spotify reports as of now. So still, what do you want to do? You want to share it with someone else. So what you can do, you can export that existing report, dynamic report, into PDF, PowerPoints, so that at least you can share it with someone.
Okay.
Yeah. So these are the like components what you will be working on. So you may or may not see all of things in your project, but these are the main things what we have in Spotify. The first thing is Spotify database. So you have to understand that what is the initial step what we do. So if we are configuring the Spotify environment, the first thing what we will be doing is Spotify database. So Spotify database is the personal database of Spotify environment. It's not the database from where loading the data for data analysis and all. No, it's a database which is used for storing all the metadata of Spotify related activities. You got this one?
Yeah.
It's like you have a car showroom, or let's say garage. Yeah, you have a garage, and in that you have two cars, or let's say three cars. Okay, one car you have only used for your personal like usage. Okay, But the remaining two cards are anyone can use it. Okay, your family members or anyone. But the one card which will be used only for your purpose. Okay, personal purpose. That is what we have here. So when I'm talking about Spotter database, people have a little bit confusion, and that's why I'm telling you one thing, that Spotter database have only two choices. Means you have only two choices for Spotter database, either SQL Server or Oracle. Now people get confused with that. I already told them that Spotlight can connect to any kind of data sources, but here I'm saying that you have only two choices, either SQL Server or Oracle. You have to choose one for setting up the Spotter database. Why it is limited? Because this is as per the architecture. But this doesn't limit you to load any data from any sources. That is a different thing, and this is a different thing. This is a personal database of Spotify environment. Okay, but for data analysis and all, Spotify can load any data from any source. That's what is a different thing. So I hope if you are clear on this.
Yes.
A Spotify database is a personal database, but Spotify can connect to any databases, whatever you have. So be it SQL Server, Oracle, Teradata, IBM, BusinessWorks, anything, SAP, HANA, or anything. That is a different thing. Both are different things. So you should be clear about this. Is one kind of interview which is normally asked in interviews.
Okay. You mean to say that the metadata of this will be stored only in the TIBCO SP database, right?
Yeah.
That will be stored in SQL or Oracle.
Yeah, whatever you have used, selected.
Okay. And okay, I got it. And we can get the data from any different sources.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like you will be creating users, group, permissions, licenses, and what all reports you are creating. Lot of things will be created. So every metadata is getting stored in Spotify database only. Okay. So let's say you have one Spotify backup, one database backup. Okay. The way you have it in normal databases, like it's the same thing. So whatever you are doing, everything is getting saved in Spotify database. Okay. But you can load the reporting, like for reporting purpose, you can load data from any sources.
Okay. And I have one question. Where will be the external data be stored?
See, external data is never stored in Spotify unless you specify that. Okay. Always the data is linked to source. So let's suppose you have just recently like loaded one database table from Teradata or from, let's say, Oracle. You have SQL Server as Spotify database, but for your data analysis, your reporting purpose, you are loading data from Oracle. Data will stay in Oracle only. Okay. Till the time you are creating a report, the data will be loaded into Spotify, and that is using your RAM, server RAM. Okay, your server RAM for the time being, till the time it is open. Okay, and when you close the report, the data also, the temp memory, it is using temp memory. The temp memory also gets released, and data goes back to your Oracle only. Okay, but next time when user will access the report, the data will again be loaded. The data connection and all that what we'll be doing here will be verified. It will go to the Oracle database. It will fetch that particular records, whatever you have loaded. It will fetch on the server, and then it will show it to the users. So remember, Spotify never stores any data unless you specify it. Specify means you want to embed it. If you say embed, then only data will be loaded in Spotify, will be saved in Spotify. And again, that will use your in-memory, your RAM. Remember, everything takes your RAM. It eats up your RAM if you are storing the data. That's how we call it in-memory analysis. Is it fine?
Yeah.
Okay. So then we have Spotify server, which is an application server. And we have Node Manager, which is also an application server, but based on like a combination, means now it's an integration of server and Node Manager. Then we have the main software on which we create the report, that is Spotify Analyst. Okay, Spotify Analyst on which we create the report, which is also called as Professional Client. Then we have Spotify Consumer, which is nothing but web player. My end users will access reports on web player. Then I have like automation services, statistical services. So these are the add-ons. You may or may not have all these things like in your environment. Automation services is the part by which you can automate the few tasks in Spotify, like you can just do the migration, changing schemas, sending emails. So there are few automated tasks which you can do it here. Statistical services is used for statistical programming languages like predictive analytics and all. So that is done using R programming. You might have heard about that R programming, AS+, SAS, MATLAB. So these are the things what you can do using statistical programming. Advanced data services. ADS is like connecting to composite server. You want to connect to big data. You want to connect to web services. Then you use advanced data services or ADS. We also call it as ADS, Spotify ADS. And you have Spotify Desktop. Spotify Desktop is a free trial version which you can download from Spotify website. If you don't have the access to real-time environment, then you can download this desktop version. So which you can download from Spotify website. Just go to Spotify and say Spotify download, Google, and you will be able to download the Spotify Desktop on your machine so that you can just keep practicing. But it's a trial version which comes with limited features. This Spotify Analyst is full version.
Okay.
So this is the architecture of Spotify environment. As I told you that you have Spotify database, okay, and then you have Spotify server. So when you have installed Spotify database, then only you can configure the Spotify server. Without Spotify database, you cannot work on Spotify server. Okay, basically, like Spotify server is the central part, but this also will work only if your database is up and running. Okay, if your database is down, then this will also be down. Means everything is down, everything is dead. Okay, Spotify server. You have Spotify Analyst where you will be creating the reports. You have web player where I can or my users can access the reports, see the reports, or view the reports. This is Node Manager where we configure all the web services, automation services, and this is always in sync with Spotify server. Okay. So this, remember this in your mind. So nothing. If someone asks you like interviews or anything, then you already have to just say that see we have a Spotify database, and then we have Spotify server, which is configured on top of that particular database. Then because Spotify is Tomcat-based application server, Tomcat-based application server, then we have to configure the Node Manager. On Node Manager, we will configure web-based service and automation services. And then we have Spotify Analyst, which is connects to Spotify server. Using the browsers, we can connect to web players. Okay.
Okay.
This is like the same layer type. So here you have the data tier from where we are getting the data. So we have LDAP servers, Spotify audit and directories, data sources. Then worker tier means node managers. So node, we have that data engine, Spotify data engine, where the data and all that is getting processing. Then Spotify servers, where we like apply all the security, routing, scheduling, all that stuff. Then we have client tier. Client tier means like we are also client and end users are also client. So here we have Spotify Analyst, where we create reports and dashboards. Business author is also same thing, but like in the web. Okay, and then you can access the reports in iOS or Android. So now Android is also supported. Okay, so now you can access the report in even iOS or Android versions.
Okay.
And just to better understand this, like this is an old picture, but like earlier we used to have WebPlay server, but now WebPlay server is replaced by Node Manager. So as you can see, the Spotify server is the central part here. So all the components try to connect to Spotify server only. So as a Spotify professional or Spotify developer, you or like me, we'll be creating reports and dashboards here. Then we'll save them into Spotify library. So there is like a repository where we save all our reports and dashboard that is called Spotify library. The library stays in your Spotify database basically. Okay, so it's in Spotify database, the database which you have installed, Oracle or SQL Server. Okay. And then we create the report at the back end. You have authentication and user directories, LDAP servers. if you might have heard about these things. Then you have JDBC connections to JDBC connections and ODBC connections to your databases, Oracle, SQL Server, Teradata, Hadoop, like all these things. Okay, and then application services, and then web layer. My end users comes up here, so they don't have to install anything. They just need an Internet Explorer, Internet browser, and Internet connection. Browser can be Internet Explorer, IE, Chrome, Mozilla, Safari. Okay, so any browser, they have to just type the URL or click on the hyperlink which we will be sending them. Okay, so you have to just click on that. It will open the page. If you are not using single sign-on SSO, then you have to enter your username and password. Or if you're using single sign-on, you know about single sign-on, then it will just directly open the web page with the report, and you will have a lot of visualizations. You can just play around with the data. Means the visualizations what all you get. Remember, end users can't modify anything, so they will see whatever you have created. You can modify in your Spotify analyst here, but they can't modify anything in browser. So it's a life cycle. So you create a report as a developer, then the report is published to Spotify web player. We call it deployment, publishing, whatever you want to call it. Dashboard is reloaded, security and everything is applied at the server level. Who can access what report, which folder. Okay. Now my end user comes. Now end user clicks on the report link, logs in, user credentials and everything is checked, authentication and authorization is given, and then my user accesses the report. User analyzes the dashboard. Then if like something is like required and some enhancements and anything is required, then that feedback will be provided to the user. So this is like a two-way feedback. Like you are the user, you are accessing the report, and you realize okay everything is good. Then it will be moved to the next environment. Okay, migration will happen. If you feel that there is some like enhancement required and all, then the same feedback will be provided to the developers, and developers will again enhance the reports. Let's say you have created a report and some user says, okay, Nita, like I need these few changes and all. Can we modify this and again be published? So you will do the same thing. Okay. So this is how the process goes on. So these are the roles and descriptions, like what you will be seeing and what you might have already seen if you are applying for jobs or if you are working in your current project only. So we have Spotify analyst. So Spotify analyst is nothing but a business analyst kind of guy. Okay, so business analyst, like the person will be dealing with end users and getting the requirements and all, working with the project teams and giving them the requirement. But remember, like you may not see all these different roles. You might have to perform all these roles by yourself. Okay, be as a Spotify analyst or Spotify developer, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so a Spotify analyst is nothing but Spotify developer only. So you yourself will be doing this stuff and the development also. So then we have Spotify authors and developers. Okay, so as a development team, like our job is to get the requirement, means like from where data is coming. We'll check with the DB persons, DB people, that what is the database, what is the source connections, what are the tables we have, what are the views we need to create, okay, or we need to create some stored procedures and all. So these all things we'll check, and then loading the data into Spotify, covering the requirements, what all requirement is there, how the report should be created, everything. So this is all our job, like getting the developer and all. Okay, so we might have to perform both these roles, working with the business team, business users to get the requirements, what they want, okay, and then create the reports or dashboards. And we have Spotify administrators. Administrators are the people who control the environment, who manage the environment. So installation configuration, upgrading from lower end to higher end versions, providing access based on the users, on developers, migration of code from one environment to another environment. All these tasks are done by administrators. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
So these are just few visualizations, the snapshots I have taken. This is not dynamic, so this is just a snapshot.
Okay.
So this is just a data like a sample, like let's say if you have this Excel data, and if I ask you that, okay, what you see, what you get from this data, so it will not be that easy to understand. But if I pull this data into Spotify, then you can see the whole trend is coming up. Highway here, like the user can easily see that 2013 quarter four is giving me highest sales. Okay, in 2013, like quarter two was having the least sales. Also, which region is giving me highest sales, where my business is doing good, what is the profit margin, all these things like I can easily see it. Okay, so this is just a snapshot which I have taken. And then you have theme based visualization. This is a lighter theme. Okay, and then you have dark theme. This also can be customized to any way, the way you want. So these are theme based visualization which gives the rich look to the reports and dashboards. But remember, this is just a snapshot which I have taken from actual report. Actual reports all are dynamic. So this is like a tree map. Tree map is used for hierarchical data. So here you can see that I have four regions: central, east, west, and south. So highest sales I'm getting from central, which is on the left side. Okay. So central is giving me the highest sales. Under central region, Illinois is giving me the highest sales, and least is coming from North Dakota. This is for central region. For west region, California is giving me the highest sales. Okay, so this way, like I can see the trends, the patterns in my data. So this is what my user wants to see. So this is like about the introduction of Spotify, like what you see, what you get from Spotify.
Okay.
Okay. And here we have the Spotify, like the software on which we will be creating reports and dashboards.
Okay.
Just to show you an example. So this is how like I'm just working offline, okay? But if you're working like on server, see here you see server it's not giving because I am working offline. But if you're working in the real time, then you will be connected to server all the way. Okay? Then only you will get all the features. So in my training, I'll be connecting to server and everything. So this way we'll get all the features of Spotify environment. So here this is the screen, welcome screen, whatever you're going to call it, of Spotify environment. Okay, so Spotify analyst. So here like you have four tab: recent analysis, which you have recently worked on, recent data, add data. So it's like your recent projects, the way you work in .NET, ASP.NET or C Sharp. Okay, you can create your
Is
Windows
this
and web
the
application.
desktop version? Is this the desktop version that you're talking about? A Spotify desktop?
It's not Spotify desktop, it's Spotify analyst. Desktop is a free
Okay.
trial version. This is the full version.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
but look and feel will be same. Only thing options will be different.
Okay.
In desktop, you will not see all these options. What all I am seeing means few of
Hmm.
80% of things you can do it in desktop version. Remain 20 you can perform only in the full version, which we
Okay.
can hear in our training. We'll be doing everything. So
Okay.
recent data, what all the recent data you have loaded, add data, how you can load the data in Spotify. You can see that Amazon Redshift, Redshift, Cisco Information Server. I can connect to any kind of data. This is just a few examples. Otherwise, you will see a very big list or whatever data connectors you have configured or your admin team have configured. Here you have
Okay.
samples. Let's say so. I'll just click on that just to show you a sample. So when you will download the desktop, you will also see the same thing what I'm showing you right now, these samples and everything. So this is just to show you that like how the reports, real-time reports are and how your end users will access the reports and everything. So this is like something called like dashboard called analyzing stock performance. So you might be working in like life sciences industries, energy industry, oil and gas, retail, banking, whatever industry you are working in. Okay, you will be always like having these kind of things. So here you can see I have tabs, tab-based visualizations. So different tabs. So I have one tab, second, third, fourth. Okay, so here like you will see this. So these are the filters what you have. You want to see the like only those records which have a growth rate of let's say negative. Okay, so here you have the negative growth rate. So negative means like you are in losses all the time. So these are the companies which are going into the losses. Okay. So this way you can see instantly data is getting filtered. I'm applying data, instantly data is getting data filtered. So I want to see the highest growth rate, 14% to 68%. So these are the companies which have the highest growth rate. When I click on something here, then the relevant data is coming up. This is drill down. So what I told you in the session is like an introduction. This is drill down. So whatever I click here, the relevant data will show up here. If I don't click something here, then what will happen? This visualization will not show up. So when I click on this, and here my things, currently viewing net income, or I want to see the EPS. These are dynamic items. So these are drop downs, property controls. So this we will be seeing. Okay, I want to see only for commercial services. As soon as I apply this filter, all the data get changes. And there are no visualizations because these visualizations depend on this particular visualization. So this is the master and these are the child visualizations. Until and unless I select something here, nothing will show up here. So corporate executive board like this. Here you see, this is for Concord Technologies. This is for Corn Ferry International. Is making Tribune. This way, revenue by country. Now you want to see by country, and we have, as I told you, layers. Different layers are there. WMS layer, TMS layer. As of now, this is having 3 layers only. So I want to see, let's say for India, or let's say North America. Okay, so I just want to see for North America. I'll just click on that. How much share I'm getting? So revenue share 58.17. So just, and you want to see only, I have few like bookmarkings here. So you don't want to see, you are the user, you don't want to see all the map, global map. You want to see a particular map, let's say for North America. So just click on that. Here it will be zoomed into only North America and this way. You want to see only for the Euro, click on that. You want to see only for Africa, just click on that. You want to see only, you want to go back to the world, you just click on it. So these are things what dynamic items you are getting. Sector and industry, this is the same thing, tree map, what I showed you an example. So highest is coming from finance, then you have health technology, then you have electronic technology. So all these things are showing up. And K-means clustering, these are your filters. Okay, these are your like x-axis, y-axis, number of clusters, how many clusters you want to have, mid cap, market cap, large cap, mid cap, small cap. So how you want to see the data, how you want to perform the data. So how many clusters, market value. So you want to see the by volume. So price versus volume. So this is all like about the real-time report. So this is how like end users will play around with the data. They will see the trends. They will see the findings. So this is how like we do it. Now you want to create a new report. I'll just say close. This is just an example. You want to load the data so that you can create your own report. So what you will do, add data tables, say add. So I just want to load a Excel file, let's say. I'll just say file, and I will load this tables. So loading data is quite easy. It will Spotify and then working on it. So I have just loaded an Excel file which is called as Superstore data. Say OK. So this is how like I have loaded the data. So this is the data what I have loaded from an Excel file where I have 9,426 records, 24 columns. This is all the information of Spotify report, this particular data table. Now I'll start creating the report. Okay, I'll see the data. If I have the required columns, do I need to do some calculations and everything? Then I'll start creating the report. Means like I'll have a visualization, then I'll change it to, let's say, sales. Okay. So this is how like I'll be doing like then I have subcategory. So here like you can see that like how quickly I'm able to do the stuff. Okay. So here like I'm getting that.
One question. Now, whatever the table, now we got the Excel file, right? After the, my question is, like, is this table, like, it's stored in the temp memory, or like, where is it? Like,
yeah. So let's say right now, like I have loaded an Excel file which is having 9,426 records. Okay. What it is using, this data is still there in my Excel file. But since it is loaded into Spotify, so as of now, this is using my machine's RAM. This is using my machine's RAM. Okay, my laptop RAM. Okay, but when I will publish it to the library means server, and when user will access this report, it will consume the RAM of the server, not the machine's RAM. It will consume the RAM or memory of the server. You getting this?
Yeah.
It's like you work on your SQL server. Okay, when you are loading the data, running the query, what it is using, it's putting a load on the server, isn't it? Same thing here.
Yeah.
So as of now, when I'm working, it is using my server RAM, my machine RAM, sorry, my laptop or my desktop RAM. Okay, memory. Okay, let's say I have 4 GB RAM, so it is working fine. But let's say, because it is just 10,000 records, but suppose it is 10 million records, then my 4 GB RAM might not be sufficient because other processes are also running in my memory, my machine. Because of that, my reporting and all will go slow. Okay, and when I publish this report to the web player, there will be no data loaded or no data saved in this particular report. This will be empty, only with visualizations, no data will be there. But when end user will access the report, it will check the connection to the Excel file, will load it on the real time. So remember, data is always loaded on the real time. You have to keep this in your mind that data is loaded at real time only. Report will be saved, whatever visualizations and everything you have created, everything will be saved, but without data. And data will be loaded only when user access the report, triggers the report. When the report is triggered, report is opened, it goes to the what Spotify does. Spotify check the data connection, and what connection you have, be it SQL Server, Oracle, Teradata, whatever you have created, or Excel file. It checks it from where it is coming. It will verify the connection details. What we'll be doing later in the stage, it will verify the connection server name, username, password, and everything. It will go to the database, will fetch the records, the table, how many records, what is the query, SQL query. Based on that, it will fetch the records, and then only it will populate the data into the report. Again, but this happens very quickly. This all process happens very quickly. So this is the process. If you want to specify, you want to load the data in the report itself, then what you have to do, you have to say edit, derivative properties. Here you have embedded analysis. Right now it is linked to source. So link to source means if data changes at the back end, then Spotify will also show you same data. Today you have 10,000 records. Tomorrow this table is having 20,000 records. So let's say tomorrow you open this dashboard, you will see 20,000 records. Therefore tomorrow it is 1 million records. Okay, so you will see 1 million records. So if it is linked, then you will always get the updated data, the way your bank transactions are done. Okay, as soon as you do some bank transaction, your data gets updated. Same thing here. Okay, but if it is embedded, then the data is fixed, and data is stored along with the analysis file. Analysis means this analysis, DXP. We call it DXP. Okay, then data is stored. These 10,000 records, 9,400 records are stored along with this analysis. This will not change. Whatever you do at backend, you remove the Excel file, you remove the database table, anything, nothing will happen to this report. But if it is linked,
it is just a static table kind of thing.
Static table. Yeah, if the data will not change, you will only see the numbers. Let's say it is 1.16 million dollars. It will remain this 1.16. It will not change to anything else. Okay. So this is how the real-time things works in great time. Also, like if you are like going for some interviews and all that, then normally I cover interview questions in my sessions, and I'll be giving you a list of like around 50 plus questions, which are used and very useful for interviews. And most of the questions normally come by that list only. Otherwise, if you're looking for any of projects in your current organization, then all that like the basic things to advanced stuff, we will be covering that. Any questions? Any doubts?
So far, nothing. I'm good.
Okay. Okay. So just like check with the PS like and Prakash. So whatever you have, so let me. If you have any
Yes.
questions, you can always.
Like, will you cover the admin course also in this, like in Spotfire?
See, basically, admin is a different course, but like I'll be covering admin stuff here. So, few of the admin stuff like administration manager, library administration, okay, that stuff, migration, that I'll cover. But if you are looking like separately for installation configuration and that stuff completely means uh, so installation configuration, server, database, installation, everything, then that is a different separate course.
Okay. One question. If I'm looking for a career in Spotfire, like, do I have to learn both admin and the developer thing, or if I just go with developer, would that be okay?
See, that all depends like what kind of like profile you're looking. See, if you're looking only for developer, then you need to just like work on development. But definitely in today's world, like uh, having the complete overall like knowledge on any particular technology is quite like useful. Okay, you will definitely get jobs or anything like based on development only. Okay, since you are from .NET background and you have done a lot of stuff in .NET also, it is going to be
Yes.
very useful for you here because there are few things where the coding is required in Spotify too. So it's not about this dynamic things like report and all. We do a lot of stuff in HTML, JavaScript, okay, R and Python, which is a .NET framework technology, programming language, R and Python, okay,
Okay.
and SQL queries and all that. So we do a lot of like that stuff also. So that is going to be very useful for you. And if you have administration knowledge, definitely you will be having edge from others. So this is obviously this thing that if you have some extra knowledge on administration, then you will definitely have the edge from others.
Okay.
But user development itself, you can easily get the things out.
Sure. And what about like when I'm practicing, like will Prakash give me any access to the server, or like do you want me to download the TIPCO, that trial version?
Yeah. So you have to download the trial version, and there are few things which you will not be able to do it like on the trial version, like information links and all. So in the sessions, uh, because like no one can provide you this environment, okay, so it will be with me only.
Okay.
So for information link, it is one of the most important topic of Spotify environment is Spotify, and this is the one thing which people will definitely going to ask you that whether you have worked on information links and procedure. This option what I'm showing you. Okay. So for
Okay.
this thing, like what I can do, normally I don't do, but like since you want to practice and go for job, that I can. So in the sessions, okay, itself, I can give my machine for to you. Means for the time being, I can share my screen, and you can
Okay.
practice on that for a couple of times. Okay. So
Okay.
this way,
Okay.
like you will have the exposure on this thing also because you can do practicing on each and everything, but few things you can't do practice. So to practice on top of that, I can share like one session with you where like I'll share my screen and you will be working on my machine. Okay?
Okay.
Because without
Okay.
that, you will not be able to practice anywhere until unless you have a full version.
Okay. How long would the course take? Like, can you wrap up as soon as possible?
Yeah, we can do that. Like definitely we can do that. So it all depends on you, like how quickly you grasp it. So basically it takes from 20 to 30 days. Okay. So it all depends also. It also depends on the person who is like getting trained. See, if few people like get things very like easily, okay, and few people I have to tell 2 to 3 times, then only they understand. So it all depends on you, obviously. And since you have data knowledge, you have been working on SQL and all, so it will be easy for you to understand, correlate the things what I'm speaking.
Okay. Yeah, that's it from my side, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much. You can just check with Prakash, anything you have any doubts, you
Sure.
can reach out to me, and whenever you want to start, let him know.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much. Good
Okay.
day. Good
Yeah.
night.
Yeah. You have a good one. Bye.